So today I'm going to share what my two must do to help you to really reduce one important thing in your life, and that is. Hi everyone, this is Pete here. Merry Christmas, and now we are just about 4 days away from 2023, and as usual there are some things that must be done by 31st December to make sure that you're financially optimized, okay? So today I'm going to share what my two must do to help you to really reduce one important thing in your life, and that is taxes. So what are the two things that I always do near end of the year is to top up my CPF account, right? So over here you can see it is not just any CPF account. Basically it is your special account / retirement account depending on your age, or your MediSave account. So why is this important? Because when you top up your CPF account, be it to yourself, right, or is it to your family members, right, you will get a tax rebate. Now over here, when it's family members, of course, hey, who is your family member? Everyone can be your family member, right? So specifically, they are mentioned here, right? Parents, parents-in-law, your grandparents, grandparents-in-law, your spouses and your sibling. Now guys, do take note, in order for you to qualify for the tax rebate, when you're topping up to your spouses or sibling, their annual income should not be more than $4,000. Otherwise, if you top up for them, you actually do not get any tax relief. Alright, so let's go in and see how much tax relief you will actually get. So for the year 2022, this year, right, you will get $7,000 relief, but for the year of 2023, right, so basically right now, you can actually look at topping up, right, $8,000, right, for each. So if you top up $8,000 for yourself, you will get that tax relief, and if you top it up for, let's say, your parents, right, you will get another $8,000. So the maximum relief that you can claim is actually $16,000. All right. Now do take note that this is shared between if you're topping up your special account and your MediSave account. So just to illustrate for you over here. So this is an illustration that I plucked out from the CPF website. And basically, if you top up $5,000 into your own special account, right? And let's say if you top up your mom's retirement account by $10,000, guess what? What is the total relief here? Is that there will be $5,000 because over here the maximum is actually $8,000. Okay, and because the maximum for individual, the loved ones that you top up is actually $8,000, so it will not be $10,000. So total add together, it will be $13,000 in this case, right? So if you really want to optimize it, what should be the maximum you should top up is basically $8,000 for yourself and $8,000 for your loved ones. Okay, now there is another condition that you need to take note when you're topping up is whether has yourself or your loved one reach what they call the maximum sum, right? What is the maximum sum over here? So if you're topping up to the special account, they call it the FRS, the full retirement sum over here. Now, in year 2023, the full retirement sum is $198,000 and $800, okay? And so if your FRS, your special account already has more than this amount, then you unfortunately can't top up anymore. And that applies to your loved one as well. Okay? But if you're less than that, then by all means, you can top it up and you can enjoy the full tax relief. Now, for those of you who are topping up to your MediSave account, then of course, it cannot go beyond what they call the basic health sum, alright, BHS. Now, what is the basic health sum maximum for this year, 2023, is actually $68,500. So you can top up to $68,500, right, for year 2023, and you can't top up any further, right? So take note, once again, your $8,000 per person is shared among these two. Let's talk about why top up CPF, right? Yes, other than the tax relief, is that on top of that, it actually builds towards your retirement nest. I think this is something that most of you are already aware of, but one thing I want to highlight is that because nowadays many people are thinking about investing their CPF. I just want to highlight that when you are investing, take note, alright? Take note that the first $60,000 of your combined CPF is actually getting you about 5%. And for those of you who are above 55, your first 30K actually gives you around 6% return, right? So before you invest, just remember that, if you can't get any returns that is higher than this, you may not want to do it.
I will not hear it not from you. I will not hear it!
Now, so that's the first thing that I always do before the end of the year to make sure that I get a bit of the tax rebate, tax relief over here. And what is the second thing? The second thing is, of course, to top up what they call your SRS account. SRS stands for Supplementary Retirement Scheme, okay? And what does it mean? Basically, this is to handle that most dreadful thing, right? The two things that you cannot avoid in life, death and taxes. Okay, so in this case, we're going to talk about taxes. And how I view it is that by topping up my SRS, I am effectively having an investment profit, an investment gain. Because if you're paying less tax, guess what? It is the money they can keep, right? And to me, that is profit, right? And that's why big corporations, the wealthiest people, go all out of their way, right, to reduce the taxes. So what exactly is SRS? For those of you who are new, right, congratulations, SRS is something that is really powerful. Now, the first thing is this: you must understand that the SRS is to help you to reduce the amount of what we call your taxable income. So in this case, you can see when you do not contribute your SRS, the blue color, the dark blue color is your full annual income, okay? And your taxable income. But if you contribute SRS, then this portion that you contribute will not be taxed, okay? So it reduces your total taxable income. At the same time, it allows you to invest that money for retirement, okay? Now, how much can you top up each year into your SRS? There is a limit, right? So for Singaporeans, it is 15,300, and for the foreigners, because of the lack of the CPF limit, right? So the foreigners can actually top up to $35,700. Now, what can you use your SRS for? And this is where it is a lot better than your CPF, right? Because your SRS is way more flexible, right? You can use it to invest in a wide array of instruments, right? Be it bonds, stocks, ILP, whatever you name it, right? Basically, you can use it like almost like cash, okay? But take note, if you only top up to your SRS and you don't use the money, the account itself only use you a pitiful 0.5%, okay? So you must use the money to invest, okay? And do take note, once again, you must top up your SRS before 31st of December. Otherwise, right, you will not qualify for the tax deduction for this year, okay? Now, to give you a sense like how much you can get from this SRS top up, right, is that, of course, it will really be more significant for those of you with higher income. The higher income it is, the more tax deduction you get. Okay, so over here, let's say your annual income is about 120,000. Okay, your original tax about 7,950. Right now, after you have top up your SRS to the maximum, which is 15,300, you will pay only $6,190 in tax. All right, so the deduction is over $1,760. And based on how much you top up, which is $15,000, that effectively is already a 15% gain already. Okay, if you take the tax savings over here, all right, divide by the amount that you have to top it in. Okay, and that percentage increases. So if you are earning slightly higher, $160,000 a year, your tax deduction now becomes close to $2,300. Okay, and that is on the same amount of 15,300 you put in, So now it becomes 15%. Right? And if you're earning more, right, those of you who are breaching the 240K bracket, right, your savings is almost $3,000. The ROI over here is about 19%. And for those of you who are really at the high income bracket, 320K and above,
can we please be friends?
Right, you get almost 20% tax deduction, tax savings over here. Okay, so once again, the big benefits I see for SRS, right, is that other than topping up CPF where you only earn, your 4-5%, is that yes, you reduce your tax deductible, but you can also use that to invest. And potentially your investment return here that are accumulated could be tax-free, right? So I'm going to attach a video over here that you can go and watch on how I optimize my SRS account, because that is quite complicated and I think it warrants another video on its own. Okay, and once again, what are all the products that you can see and use to invest your SRS is over here. And personally, I generally like to use my SRS for stocks and shares in general. Okay, and because over the long term, right, I know right now the market is very down, everyone is very scared of stock market, but if you really zoom out and look at the stock market in the long term, you can see that, when you're investing in 10 years or more, you have a really, really high chance of success by investing in stock market. Okay? Alright, so how do I see this is that to me, SRS gives me a very good boost for my first year of return already, right? Because if you're a high income person, you're paying like, between 18 to 24% tax, right? And with SRS, that just means that will be your minimum profit already. Okay? And what can you use for SRS to invest in? Generally, what do I do is that I use it to buy some of the Singapore shares. I can use it to buy insurance. I can use it even in robo-advisory. Okay? But personally, I myself put it in the managed account that I manage, which is called a truffle portfolio. Okay, so this is where I just want to share a bit about the investment service that I do, right? It is called a truffle portfolio. Why truffle? You just have to go to the website and have a look, right? I'm going to put the link down below over here and also in the description. What it is actually a managed account, so I manage individual investment accounts separately, right? So it's not commingled into a single fund where, when other people withdraw, you get very badly affected. Everybody has your own account. And the cool thing is that it not only allows me to take on investors using cash, it also allows me to take on investors using SRS. Okay, now just to give you a quick glimpse of what I invest in, I mainly invest in the US stock market currently, okay, because that's the area that I'm most familiar with, right? So for those of you who want to know more about the truffle portfolio, right, I'm going to put a link here. You can go to the website and understand further, right? And you can ask me any questions that you may have. All right. And of course, for those of you who really want to optimize your tax further, I'm going to put the link over here for you to access the CPF and SRS tax relief calculator that is being created, right? And you can use it and calculate how well you can optimize your taxes. Okay, so I hope this video is useful for all of you here at the end of the year who are trying to optimize your tax. And for those of you who are interested in the truffle portfolio, right, you want me to be your investment manager, okay, go on to the website and you can apply for the account right now. Okay, so thank you guys. I hope you like the content here and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.